here by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. And this is going to be incomplete. Looking for his all-pro tight end, Rob Gronkowski. And it's 4th down.
Today's NFL, these big guys are featured receivers. They move them all over the place to try and find good matchups. And they had one. They were just unable to complete the pass.
Brady going to go on 4th down. And he will find his man. That's Hogan, complete. 22 yards on the pickup there. And they're able to move the chains as they convert on 4th and long. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. Brady now on 1st down. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Unable to get it to Gronkowski that time. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Not too many things get to a quarterback of this magnitude, but I think it's safe to say that pressure can get to any quarterback.
Now, he's obviously a great franchise quarterback, but felt the pressure, threw it incomplete. Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive. Looking back to the air on 2nd down. It's Brady. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. It'll be a gain of 6, and that'll bring up a 3rd down. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
8th play of this opening drive coming up. This is 3rd down. Now a carry for the shifty Dion Lewis. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th.
But when it comes to the running game, the New England Patriots, they're one of the few teams in the NFL that I don't think care much about balancing things out.
Last year, to your point, 5th in passing yardage, number 30 in the run game.
What they want to do each and every week is make a game plan based on their opponent, not so much their own personnel, and they try to attack that way.
So the opening drive for them here on their home turf results in a field goal.
Now that's the way you want to get things started. Your stadium, your crowd, you've got the ball, put points on the board first and let everyone start to celebrate.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. Now a first down throw for Newton. This is caught. It's Greg Olsen. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is now with his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play. But what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
They'll run. This is Jonathan Stewart, and he'll get this up to about the 40. They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4.
And once again, leverage wins. The offensive line, lower than the defensive front. They moved them and found some good space for the guy carrying the ball.
And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. It's a gain of just 3, and the offense likely going to yield to the punting unit here on 4th down.
So many things go into making a good play on defense. In this situation, just not being blown out of the way was a big start, and then a nice tackle to finish things off.
And now on 4th and 1, it's a fake. It's caught. Jones. There he goes, left side. Touchdown, Carolina. A big play there. 57 yards. And the Panthers are going to take a first-quarter lead. I don't know that these fake punts are designed to score, but it scored on that play.
Yeah, sometimes the best laid plans are better than what you expected. Trying to get a first down, element of surprise work to perfection, they go downfield and get a touchdown.
Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. Danny Amendola on the return. And they will be backed up deep as they'll have to start the drive from the 6-yard line.
Special teams coaches spend a lot of time scheming things up, but this was just a bad return. Now the offense has a long way to go to try to put points on the board.
They'll begin here with Blunt. And he'll take this forward only up to about the 7. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Alongside Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, it's the Patriots in possession to begin quarter number 2. They've got a 2nd and 9 to start things out. Blunt, the lone running back. He'll get the football here. And he's going to take this up past the 10 to about the 11. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5.
We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. First level defensive line, second level linebackers, third level defensive backs. On that run, that was what we call a first level run, and it was stopped by a second level player.
Brady gives this one to Lewis. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. Crashing in from the end there, not to disrupt the pass game, but to disrupt the run game.
Yeah, I love the distinction, too, because the good defensive ends, they can do it all. Set the edge in the run game, make sure that no one can move it that way, and, of course, rush the passer. On that play, use his speed to get there in the run game.
And from their own end zone, it's a fake. And this is going to blow up in their faces. Not only do they not get the first, they're going to lose big yardage as well. I guess I'll be charitable and say that that was not a very smart decision.
You're
and
being
it leads,
very charitable.
and it leads to 2 points, Charles.
Yeah, didn't we see Deshaun Jackson do something almost like this on a Monday night game against the Cowboys?
Yeah.
I mean, he was trying to make something happen. We totally get that. But you've got to know your situations. You got to know you can't do it there. Take care of the football. Ends up costing them 2 points.
This will be fielded at the 17. The Panthers offense here, they get ready to head back on the field. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out. As a general rule, receivers love the comeback route because it puts them right in the sight lines of the guy throwing the ball. But in this case, the defender saw it and were able to knock it away.
Back to the air, Newton on 2nd down. And caught left side, Olsen. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd. The pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop. But that goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're taught to catch everything. So it's really hard to be mad at him and yell at him for trying to make that play.
And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
From the red zone now, Newton. Caught on the left side by Benjamin. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a 1st and goal. And now the passing game here in the second quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it now. The confidence is starting to rise. I think now's a play caller.
And he will score. Touchdown, Panthers. Cam Newton taking it in from 2 yards out, and the Panthers add on to their lead. So a quarterback scramble, certainly a pass play, but he saw something, tucked it, and got in the end zone.
A lot of quarterbacks, when they scramble, they're scrambling to create more time to throw the ball downfield. In this situation, as you noted, he tucked it and took off. Great play by him.
Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Panthers defense, they make their way back out there now. They forced a big swing. They had the safety last time that led to a touchdown. They've got a lot to build on.
That's a pretty good sequence, too, isn't it? Defensively, force the safety.
The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. Coney Ely in there to take him down and to take us to... the 2-minute warning. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Larry Ridley will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. He's going to wind up and air it out. And that one almost intercepted. Call it a 50-50 ball. It falls incomplete, and now 3rd down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
Danny Amendola, that was the intended target, and that brings up 4th down.
I think that's a big-time play there because the slant route is really hard to cover because the timing is so quick. But able to see it, diagnose it, and get to the football, that's why he was able to bat it away.
Brady not coming to the sideline. They're going to go for it here on 4th. They do go for it. It's Brady. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
And the Panthers coming out now. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. From the 4-yard line, it's 1st and goal now. They run here with Stewart. That gets him 3 yards closer here as it brings up 2nd and goal.
It is definitely hard to find space near the goal line. You always want to have a guy in the game running it who can create his own.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping.
Encroachment, defense.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Offense looks to punch it in here from the 1. And he takes it into the end zone for a Panthers touchdown. Jonathan Stewart taking it in. And the Panthers add on to their lead.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that can finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs.